Well, it's February 5th, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm about to go for a... I'm having a hard time. Harry's looking at me. Harry can't believe it either. I'm about to go for a... I'm about to go for a run. A run. Harry's upset. He's not coming. I'm about to go for a run. It's cold out. I want to be active today. It's sunny. I don't really want to be on my bike because there's ice patches on the road. Hopefully I don't slip on them. But I'm gonna go for a run. About, I think it's what runners call a 5K. I've heard them throw that term around. I've seen it on the back of a couple of cars here and there. I'm gonna go run about 3 miles. We'll see. I think I'll probably be fine today, but we'll see how sore I am tomorrow. I did a little bit of yoga to get the hips open, you know, trying to get my body ready. It's a little cold. I think I'm gonna be warm enough. Hopefully it takes me about a half hour or so. We'll see. Ideally, I'd be doing like 1 run a month. Feels like the right thing to do, especially this time of year. Maybe this is the start of something new. Or the rekindling of a hatred we all know I've always had. You know, but every once in a while you gotta spice it up. You gotta question the things that are normal. Push yourself outside of a comfort zone a little bit. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Good thing about running is you can still wear your dorky cycling sunglasses. Feel like fucking RoboCop. Not fun. 2.5 miles in. I actually did it. I went for a run. You know what they say? Fuck around and find out. 3.5 miles. Average heart rate, Average heart rate, 154. 9 minute, 13 second average pace. Total time, 32 minutes, 19 seconds. And then I walked for like 0.8 miles afterwards. It said I had a new max heart rate of 190. That's what my watch told me afterwards. That I didn't hit 190, but like that's like what Garmin is saying. My max heart rate is now based on the effort that I did, because my max heart rate on this effort was 170. So I definitely pushed it. We'll see how these legs are feeling tomorrow. That's definitely why I walked after. Really wanted to cool down the heart rate, shake out the legs a bit. I'm gonna stretch, roll them out. But I do think it's a good idea to run more and just mix in more different workouts. Running and hiking specifically, trail running. I just like enjoy that. I enjoy spending time in the woods. So maybe I'll look into some trail running, some hiking in the area. I always like to hike when I go away on vacation with my wife. We go to Maine, we hike. We go to New Hampshire, we hike. Don't hike around here as much. Sometimes hiking in Rhode Island is kind of just walking through the woods. And I know a lot of people call it hiking, but let's be honest with yourself for a second. You're just walking through the woods. But that's nice too. Walking through the woods is nice. And if you want to call it hiking because you bought some expensive shoes to do it, that's fine too. I get it. I like to buy expensive shoes. Maybe running is a great idea for me to buy more sneakers. And now I need to get running sneakers. I ran in some trail Pegasus, Nike Pegasus trails. So yeah, ooh, that's a good thing. Now I get to spend more money on running shoes. And by a good thing, I mean that's a bad thing. Okay, I'm just kidding. Or am I? It doesn't matter. It's none of your concern. We'll see, but I do want to be mixing in more runs. That's 1 5K so far this year. I want to do 12 total, so I got to make up for the one that I didn't do in January, but basically 1 a month. That'll be the plan. All right, feeling pretty good. Sick of the trainer. Actually ran. It felt good. It was a good decision. It was nice. It was like a half hour. I was out there for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes total with the walk at the end. So nice, quick and easy. Didn't have to faff with getting on the trainer. Didn't have to faff with putting on too many layers. Still puts on some extra layers. It's like 25 degrees out, but it was nice. Can't believe I'm saying it. It was nice. I enjoyed my run. I think in the video I took while I was running, I said, this is not fun. It wasn't fun in the moment. Was it fun after? Not really fun. Rewarding? Yeah, I feel good about it. We'll see what I do tomorrow. Well, I was so cocky in all my previous videos about trying out a new thing that I forgot that Zwift ran out yesterday. I thought today was the last day, but I went and I opened the app. And it's like, start your free trial. So I'm gonna download my Whoosh. We'll see how long that takes me. Man, what a pain in the ass. Okay, so first snafu, not compatible with this device. I should have looked into this more. Let's see if Ruvy's compatible with this old iPad. Nice, looks like it is. Downloading. Well, while I wait for this to download, I might as well talk about how the weather's been really shitty all week and it like snowed twice and I haven't run outside much. I did that run that one day, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday I spun my legs nice and easy for like 20 minutes. Did some yoga, shoveled. Today I thought I was gonna be able to ride outside, but the roads are just super icy. Winter bike league tomorrow. I didn't feel like cleaning my bike I don't know if you could just hear that, but it's also the wind is whipping. It's been quite a New England winter. You know, the past couple winters, people would be like, oh, New England winters used to be more harsh. Well, we're back, baby. I'm not saying, I do believe in global warming. I do believe in climate change. And so that's why that changes sometimes. But man, a nasty, wicked winter. We're almost halfway done with February. Not quite, 1 weekend. All right, Ruby, get started. Okay, this has been pretty much a disaster of an afternoon training session. Ruby won't load on my damn iPad. The web screen just won't load. So that's frustrating. So then I went to just go run it on my watch, and my watch won't show a heart rate, even though I have a heart rate strap on. So that's frustrating. I'm gonna go get my head unit and just run like a targeted power, like endurance ride for an hour and figure out this whole Ruby nonsense when I'm not in my tights ready to ride. All right, here we go, back in action. So this is like I didn't turn my fucking fans back on. Oh my God, disaster class. All right, back up and running. What did we learn here in this conundrum? Always be prepared, check your calendars, check your subscriptions. I was so like, oh, I'm done with Zwift. Could have sworn today was the last day, but turns out it ran out on February 7th. So I will take a look at some of those other options and weigh them a little bit later. But for now, we're at the old school way that I used to do workouts on the trainer all the time. Just with my Garmin head unit connected to my Zwift hub, set at a certain trainer power. Right now I'm at 140. I'm gonna do that to warm up and then creep up a bit towards endurance, 160, 180. We'll see where I land. The plan is an hour or so. Winter Bike League tomorrow. Looking more forward to that. Sunday looks like shit, and then I've got a big job from Monday through Friday. So probably a lot of early morning trainer rides. It's a lot easier for me to motivate myself to get up early and ride on the trainer at like 4 or 4:30 as opposed to after a 10-hour workday. So we'll see what I can manage in the next week or so. Really looking forward to getting outside. It's all part of it. It is a New England winter. Shouldn't be too surprised. Okay, pretty uneventful. 51 minutes on the trainer. Started at like 160 watts, bumped it up to like 180, 200. Did some time around 220 and then brought it back down. Obviously it didn't cool down enough based on how heavy I'm breathing right now, but that's okay. Maybe I'll go for a walk. Winter Bike League tomorrow. Really behind on the yearly goal plan right now. Probably like 20 hours behind, a little bit too scared to look. It's all right, days are getting longer. Sunsets after 5 p.m. Come on, spring. It is Winter Bike League day. The front tire on my road bike just had a leak when I pumped it up. So it was like sitting at like 40 PSI, no problem. I pumped it up to 60 and it was like, psst. And they were sealing all over the floor in my kitchen. Thought about taking the camera out, but I was like, you don't got fucking time to deal with this vlog bullshit right now. You gotta fix this tire. And I could have ridden the gravel bike, but everything was already on the road bike. My computer, my bottles were on there, my pedals. I didn't have pedals on the gravel bike, my cameras, my flashing lights, everything. The road bike was all ready to go, except for this one thing. Okay, but now I'm ready. It's 9:15, meeting the group in 15 minutes, and I gotta roll out. It is Saturday, February 15th, and it has been way too long since I've ridden my bike outside. A full week once again here in mid-February. Winter is being very New Englandy. A lot of snow, precipitation, freezing rain, all that stuff. And I've been stuck inside a studio at work all week. So I've been doing early morning trainer rides, which when I'm sitting on the trainer at like 4 a.m., I'm not gonna be talking to my camera because my wife is sleeping. So who wants to hear anyone yabbing at the camera? I'm not really sure why you are watching this, but thanks, appreciate it. That being said, gotta get out there. It's a little cold, it's probably like 30 degrees or so, but it is again gonna snow tonight, and it's gonna rain all day tomorrow, and this week doesn't look that great in terms of weather. So just sneaking it in when I can. Don't know how long I'm gonna go out for. Did some productive morning rides. One of them was like nice and hard, and that felt good. But I do know for a fact that I've also put on about 7 pounds since the last time I weighed myself about a week ago. Working in the studio all friggin' day for 10 hours, it ain't healthy living. When I woke up on Friday, my watch basically told me to go fuck myself. It was like, oh, your HRV is plummeted this past week. You haven't been training as much, and your resting heart rate is raised, and your stress levels are way up. So that's good. Oh, and I took some footage when I was at work. I'm gonna show some of that. All right, thank you. Let's roll. I work on commercials. Rolling, ready, and action. Thank you, here we go again. Ready, and action. Music videos and stuff like that. Mostly short form video director, writer, producer. Mark it, man, that's a cut. Next, please. Charlie. Jack of all trades. You can find me on LinkedIn, johnstenning.com. Do it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ride, get outside. It's
kind of sunny, the wind is mild, and the weather's gonna be nasty for the next 2 days. Nat Jog is 5 weeks and 1 day away, so it is official. That is what I'm training for. That is what I'm gonna try to lose weight for. I guess I should start riding my gravel bike a little bit more. Yeah. I don't really want to ride gravel with all this ice and shit, but hopefully in the next few weeks it gets a little bit more mild and we can start riding outside some more. Spring's right around the corner. I think I've probably said that 4 or 5 times. The more I say it to myself, the more I believe it.
All right, a little bit of a sufferfest going on out here. Kicked my own ass. Did a 27-minute effort, had 260 watts, and then followed it up immediately without any recovery. I don't even know why I hit the lap button. With another 8 minutes, I had 247 watts over the course of about 34 minutes. That's about a 250 watt average. So that felt pretty good. I was trying to go after a segment. I think I got the KOM. At one point, it told me I was off the segment. Someone made like a TT loop segment out here. I'll throw it up on the screen. But whew, feeling good. My heart rate definitely isn't as low as it would be had I ridden more in the past week, but the power's there, the freshness is there, so just gotta ramp it back up. Feeling a lot better than I did an hour ago when I weighed myself, so that's productive. Never too cold for some intervals. Warm right up. Even if my beard is a little bit frozen, so is one of my water bottles. Here we are, back on the trainer. Probably 3rd or 4th day riding inside this week. Nice long walk yesterday. It's nice to get outside. Still so shitty out. Haven't ridden outside since the last one. Haven't really talked to the camera since then either. That was on Saturday, February 15th. Since then I've done a bunch of yoga. On the Sunday, I did a nice 4-minute intensive endurance intervals ride inside. On the 17th, it was a 2x20-minute intensive endurance intervals. For all these up on the screen. And on the 18th was one I've never done before. It was 2, 4, and 8-minute intervals at like 260 watts or something. So I'll throw that up too. I feel like I'm doing the right things to get to where I want to be for Nat Jog in about 4 weeks, but the lack of outdoor riding really sucks. Should be getting a little bit warmer for Winter Bike League this weekend, and then might see some days in the low 40s for the high temperature next week, so we'll see. Today's workout is pretty hard. Joint cycling subscribed, sprints and maximum torque, so some located all-out strength intervals after 15 minutes, sort of warming up here at 181 watts. The most boring time of the cycling year. But hey, got the hoodies in, so if you got a hoodie, thanks. Super comfy. Thanks, Classic Custom, Jeff LaPierre. Just gonna focus on the workout today. Not too much talking to the camera. That's 15 minutes at this pace, sort of a 4 to 6 on the 1 to 10 scale. Somewhere between 167 and 195 watts is what they're subscribing. And then we got a 15-second VO2 max interval. You know, that's high heart rate, 167 plus, and power at like 600 plus. So do that for 15 seconds, and then a 4-minute recovery lap. Do that twice. Then another one, 15 seconds, another recovery lap, and then a 20-second VO2 max interval. This has to do that 5 times. So we'll see. Never done this workout before. Hopefully makes you feel a little bit better about all this awful winter weather. All right, halfway done. The first 3 intense intervals were 15 seconds at 600-ish watts, and now I'm on my first recovery after a 20-second 450-ish watt interval. And there's 4 more of those, so 5 total. 30 minutes in, 25 to go. All right, the hard part's over. Got another about a minute and a half at a recovery pace, and then end the workout with 10 minutes in easy endurance, probably around 180 watts. So right in the middle of my endurance range. I feel pretty good. I will have to say the real devil that I'm dealing with this year has been my diet. It's just all year, 9 months of the year, when I ride like 10 plus hours a week, I eat like a person that rides 10 plus hours a week. And I'm not saying I'm fat by any means, but what happens is my diet stays consistent. It's just what I'm used to eating, what I'm used to taking in calories wise. But then the amount of riding I do goes way down. And sure, late December, you got the holidays, and you kind of forgive it. But now it's like mid-February, past mid-February. There's only 8 days left in February, and I still feel like I haven't fully come out of that like holiday funk. I did have a couple really good weeks, but like I mentioned, either early in this video or in the last video, I did like put on a good amount of weight when I weighed myself before that ride where I went out and hammered. I don't know if I followed up, but I weighed myself after the ride too, and I had like dropped 5 pounds from before. So the scale is just a number. I do want to be at like a specific weight, especially when I'm racing and stuff, but muscle weighs more than fat, so I have been doing more weight training. I've been doing more squats, push-ups, kettlebell lifts, all that sort of shit this time of year. So I'm hoping some of that weight is attributed to muscle, not fat. I'll tell you, I don't feel as skinny as I want to be. And that's something that I've dealt with for probably 36 years. And I am 36. Maybe I didn't deal with it when I was 1 or 2, but I've always sort of had these body image issues, never thinking that I'm quite skinny enough. I mean, there was a while where I was, you know, on a BMI chart, obese. I'm definitely not there anymore. But I still feel like I can lose 5 or 10 pounds. Still be physically fit, still be strong, you know, not be rail thin. But yeah, maybe just saying it to the camera will help hold me a little bit more accountable, and I'll eat better over these next 4 weeks leading into Nat Chug. Late night, chips, popcorn, whatever. I'm still doing like consistent fasting, even if it's like a 13-hour fast. I'm actually fasted right now. I didn't have anything other than a black coffee and a big old thing of water, and I've been drinking water during the ride too. But I will get off the bike. I'll have my recovery shake right away. If you're curious like how I'm running these workouts, I'm literally just exporting the joint workout to Garmin Connect and running it on my Garmin, on my head unit, just on the bike here. I really can't be bothered by those virtual worlds. You saw that one day that Zwift ran up and I went to go sign up for Ruby and my iPad wasn't compatible. So I think I'm gonna change that setup in a little bit. I have an older iPad, I have a laptop I might be able to repurpose for a at-home training thing. But for now, and I know the speed isn't accurate, but bro, the speed's never accurate if you're on your trainer. Just sitting in my office/podcast room, no speed at all. But yeah, I feel good. Talking to the camera is a welcome distraction on most of these rides. We got about 7 minutes left. What about bottle positions?
All right, some people will leave their bottles in the exact spots that they're in. Other people like to swap bottles, you know?
Once you get empty on
So
one.
if you like your bottle to be on your down tube, you move your bottles around like halfway through the ride.
Yeah.
Like when you're climbing a hill and you just decide that you're gonna swap bottles.
Well, you're not going to do it then?
I wouldn't do it then.
Well, what if it's okay, so it also depends on the pacing. Anyone else have thoughts on this?
Yeah, honestly, I always have whatever I'm taking. Anytime I'm taking a sip, I'm getting the one from the down.
From the front.
Yeah, the front.
Yeah, it's easier.
I never like go to the back one to like drink from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even train myself.
Stop or slow way down and switch.
The only time it's good to get from the back is in the winter. If it's really cold, fill your bottle up about halfway, and that way, when it sloshes around, the nozzle doesn't freeze.
That's a different approach to it.
Okay, that's a good hack. That's a good like winter hack. I like that.
That's varsity move right there.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. How you feeling?
Good, thank you.
Good riding.
Nice.
How'd it feel?
Oh, 100% good.
100%? You're just saying that for the camera. You're always saying nice things for the camera.
He doesn't have it. He comes out the woodwork.
Yeah, next time yell, because you would have.
How'd we feel?
Great.
Good.
Amazing.
Wow, great.
All my coconut pieces in here.
What do you mean?
Because I'm basically mistoothed them. The last one you told me about, I had no idea where it ended. Because I had no idea about anything.
We'll see. We'll see what the leaderboard
Like
looks
I
like.
literally got dropped.
I'm sure you're going to be climbing it.
I got dropped.
He was there. He was right there with you guys.
Yeah, my points don't count.
Okay,
So my first place doesn't count.
So that meant third.
You're gonna get something. You're gonna get something, kid. He's looking forward to that.
Did he say he was going to get some coffee? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I'm going to head in.
I'm heading into
I didn't. Okay, so that will be the end of that video covering sort of like the 2 middle weeks of February 2025, hopefully the 2 coldest weeks of this year. I did ramp up the the riding in that second week, even though it was mostly inside and not accompanied by much video footage. So yeah, the first week was mostly me working and riding really, really early, not getting much footage doing that. And then the second week, still cold. So I did get those indoor rides in. I got that nice outdoor ride in at the beginning of the week where I did end up getting that KOM. So that felt good, I guess, even though there are only 3 people on the segment. And we all know Strava isn't racing. In addition to that ride, I rode inside a bunch. I went for a couple of nice long walks with my wife. She was on school vacation. And we went on a nice hike yesterday. And the day before that was Winter Bike League. So it is now Monday, and I'm going to wrap up this video, put a nice bow on it, and throw you over to the next one.